The rainforest of Sumatra and Borneo is home to one of the world's most magnificent creature, perhaps the most inventive and adaptive of all the great apes. This species, which is closely related to humans, is predicted to be extinct, unfortunately, only in the next decade. Orangutans are the only exclusively Asian genus of an extant great ape, the largest living arboreal animals. They have longer arms than the other, more terrestrial great apes. They are among the most intelligent primates and use a variety of sophisticated tools. Their hair is typically reddish-brown, instead of the brown or black hair typical of other great apes. Habitat loss is one of the main threats to its existence. Little do we know, their loss has become ours. Unique only to this region, the species has gained significant importance to humans. It is also an icon of folklore, hence its name, which is the people of the jungle in the Malay language. There are only two surviving species, both of which are endangered: the Bornean orangutan, or Pongo pygmaeus, and the critically endangered Sumatran orangutan, the Pongo pygmaeus abeli. The current estimates taken on its population has put both species on the brink of extinction. Naturally, as their existing habitat is located in these regions, most of conservation efforts concentrate on Indonesia Sumatra and both the Indonesian and Malaysian Borneo, and most of it concentrates on in situ conservation. However, thanks to the vision of a man and a team of caring individuals, a special sanctuary dedicated to the orangutans now exists in the northern region of the Malaysian Peninsula.
So that is the main concern we have. You cannot be going on telling that the population is going down and all that. Then we are not creating an area for people to really understand about orangutan.
Perhaps the only ex situ conservation site of its kind relating to orangutans in the region, the Orangutan Island is located within the exotic, eco-friendly getaway of Bukit Merah Lake Town Resort. The Orangutan Island itself, which was formerly known as Pulau Panjang, comprises a vast 35-acre area, 5 acres of which has been set aside as a research center for these endangered primates. A dedicated team led by a veterinary surgeon runs the island. Just like the orangutan they care for, they themselves are a diminishing breed. Not many are willing to do what they do, day in, day out, just out of love for the species. The team is divided according to their roles and functions. The backbone of the whole team are the individuals manning the veterinary and clinical services for the orangutans. These dedicated staff run a round-the-clock shift to ensure that the orangutan, especially the infants in the infant care unit, are monitored and cared for, night and day, rain or shine, 365 days a year. 2 vet assistants, who are also nurses for the infant care unit, man the unit. Their responsibility ranges from helping the vet in surgery to feeding and administering medicines to the orangutans. Running the day-to-day operations of the center is the responsibility of the vet. He is assisted by a special officer for overall management, an officer for procurement, and a special officer for carrying out research and other conservation works. Another important unit on the island is the ranger unit. To the orangutans, the rangers are sometimes their playmates and sometimes are their strict parents. Their responsibilities go beyond that. They are also entrusted with the safety of visitors. This includes cage management, which details cleaning and supervising the release and return of the orangutans into their temporary domain. They are also required to monitor the orangutans, which are already released into the wild environment. Another important aspect of the island is its educational role. There is an officer put in charge for this purpose. Complementing this effort, the island also has a public relations unit which provides on-the-spot information to guests of the island. The PR officers are the first person any visitor will see upon docking to the island's jetty. The image of the orangutan and the personnel running the island are at their hands. With this devoted team, the island carries on its routine. The Bukit Merah Orangutan Island Foundation is the driving force behind the island's operations, as well as its research center's main source of funding. The foundation's main responsibilities include the setting up and maintenance of the island's facilities, facilitating sponsorships and donations, organizing orangutan infant relocation, displacement support, rehabilitation, and education programs, in addition to collaborating with universities, government agencies, schools, charitable organizations, and non-government organizations.
We are quite organized in doing, I think you have seen some of our school program and all that. We got a conservation officer, conservation and research officer conducting all the education program and research program, So so far we have done quite a number of schools. What we are doing that we are aiming at primary schools. And these education programs are all free programs, The foundation support these programs.
The Orangutan Island aims to garner the support of individuals, corporations, private organizations, government agencies and societies, universities, schools, and non-government agencies via donations or assistance. As an ex situ conservation site, the island concentrates all its efforts on breeding, educating, rehabilitating, and research.
It is a little bit different. Originally, the orangutan are from the forest of Sarawak. They are taken into captivity, they were studied, they were looked after to understand how diseases are spread, how their behavior with respect to feeding, to learning, and of course in Pulau Orangutan we did a little bit further than that. We allow them to roam around, to breed, and as human beings, just like we take care of our own species, to arrest abortion, to arrest miscarriage.
In their context, rehabilitation is the process by which orphaned, confiscated, or injured orangutans are returned to a life in the wild. Usually, it starts upon acquiring an orangutan. Depending on the orangutan's health and age, they may require months of hand-rearing and nursing. This can often mean 24-hour care. Rehabilitation starts when the orangutan are at a very young age. To start the rehabilitation program, the center takes great care of the orangutan's health. This special care is administered through its veterinary medical management. Upon confirmation of pregnancy, expecting female orangutans are provided with daily care and monitoring in confinement to minimize the likelihood of abortion and miscarriage. They are put on a diet of which includes fruit juices and vitamin supplements and are encouraged to exercise to keep as healthy as possible. They are also closely monitored by the resident veterinary surgeon and his team of assistants and nurses. Regular blood and fecal testing and vital signs monitoring are carried out to ensure a full recovery. Nurturing nature at this sanctuary starts with a unique procedure. Here, orangutan infants are separated from their mother.
You see, the problem is that they have medical complication. They have what we call that premature birth, they have low birth weight, they have diarrhea, chronic diarrhea, they have respiratory tract infection, they have got umbilical cord infection, some other what we call biological agency is also there. Then those infants only we separate.
The separated infants are brought and cared for at the infant care unit. The Infant Care Unit provides complete veterinary care, a carefully formulated diet plan, and 24-hour monitoring to each and every infant orangutan that comes in. Each infant is examined thoroughly via a series of tests, including blood analysis, fecal examinations, and vital signs monitoring. The unit is equipped with A treatment room where routine checkups, clinical diagnosis, and treatments are carried out. B. A recovery room where the necessary medications are given and monitoring is performed for infant orangutans that need it. The next stage of rehabilitation is done at the Enrichment Development Unit. It is designed to expose young orangutans to items found in their natural surroundings, such as leaves, branches, and tree trunks, which are essential for helping them develop their basic survival skills. Infants remain in this stage for up to 2 years. The activities within this unit is further divided into 5 sections to aid the young orangutan's development: climbing, water sourcing, foraging, nest building, and swinging. The next stage of rehabilitation is the Controlled Release Unit. In this stage, 2 to 3-year-old infants are gradually introduced to a controlled, natural environment. Here, the infants will experience minimum contact with humans, are exposed to adult orangutans, and have their interactions and reactions gauged. One ranger is assigned to monitor each orangutan. They are released to roam free within the designated forested areas of the island, which is equipped with all the necessary enrichment materials they need to develop physically, socially, and emotionally. It is in this stage that the juvenile orangutans exhibit instinctive behavioral traits such as nest building. The next stage of the rehab program is designed for adolescent, subadult, and adult orangutans. Their freedom to roam within the rainforest surroundings is maintained, while visitors are allowed to observe from a distance. To stimulate them, enrichment materials like feeding tunnels, honey, and milk dispensers are placed strategically around the area to nurture their natural traits and instincts. It is also here that the orangutans begin to mate. This is the end stage of rehabilitation and involves the release of the orangutans into a wild environment closely resembling their natural habitat. After release, rehabilitated orangutans are usually offered food every day at undesignated feeding sites. This serves 2 purposes. It allows researchers to monitor the orangutan's well-being. Sometimes the only time individuals are seen is at feeding, and it decreases the chance of competition between the rehabilitated orangutans and other wildlife when natural food is scarce. BJ Island is now home to several orangutans. This will be their last bastion before being returned to their actual habitat or place of origin. The orangutans at BJ Island will soon be a testament to ex situ conservation, especially one that is located in the peninsula of Malaysia. The sanctuary will seek the advice and cooperation of certain government agencies when the time comes for returning the orangutans to their natural habitat. Orangutans have extremely slow reproductive cycles and need extensive home range to support their dietary needs. Hence, the slow reproductive cycle, coupled with a high mortality rate, can take a heavy toll on the orangutan population in the wild. Many experts believe that the orangutan population is already in decline, and therefore maximal efforts should be channeled towards halting their demise. The Bukit Merah Lake Town Resort Orangutan Island is a testament to the fact that conservation does not solely rest on the hands of the authorities or even a few niche individuals. It is the responsibility of everyone.
We have double, more or less triple the orangutan, and God willing, if we have more fun, we are going to do good job. Ultimately, as you have noticed, we have already released a couple in the so-called in the forest, not taking care closely, and ultimately these so-called pre-release orangutan will be released back to their place of origin, namely in Sarawak.
You dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why don't know why can't I? Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream